Hi everyone, my name is Erin. I recently started a blog this year in January. You can find me at www.theerinelizabeth.blogspot.com. Coming to you today to kind of introduce myself and do my first ever video blog post. I'm a little skeptical about doing a video of myself because one, I don't like viewing myself in videos, and I hate the way my voice sounds whenever you hear yourself talk. You're like, oh my goodness, is that me? Is that what I sound like? But I just figured this was something different, and just want to kind of have some fun with it. And it's actually easier for me because right now, especially because of the holidays and everything, I don't really have too much time to sit down and write a lot of blog posts. So it's easier to just kind of video myself and then share it for everybody to see. So, bear with me if I tend to ramble on or if I get caught up. I'm very new to this, and I have a bunch of friends who I'm sure would get a kick out of this, me videoing myself, that is. But hey, I just wanted to have fun, like I said, and hopefully you guys will enjoy these posts that I post online. So the first one I wanted to talk about was the Whole30 challenge. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a challenge, but it was just something that I did last month because I wanted to kind of restart my eating habits, I guess you could say, and I was having a couple stomach issues. I already have celiac disease, and so I'm already gluten-free, but I was still having some issues, and I really wasn't quite sure what was going on. So I saw somebody on Facebook who was doing the Whole30, and I kind of looked into it and did some research on it, and I said, hey, this seems like something I could do, and maybe it'll help. So I got the book, I read through it, and kind of mentally prepared myself because in the Whole30 you are pretty much cutting out everything. You're cutting out sugar, you're cutting out soy, you're cutting out dairy, you're cutting out grains, and which is gluten, and you're pretty much allowed to have fruit, veggies, and meat. So it was something I had to prepare myself for because I was thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to cut all this stuff out of my diet. But I'll tell you, once you get through the first week and a half, it's so much easier. The cravings are gone, you're starting to feel better, and it gets a lot easier. So like I said, I had to mentally prepare, I had to make a special list, and I have to say that I didn't follow the Whole30 plan exactly how it's laid in the book. I did kind of tweak it a little bit because I already know that for me, I can eat rice and it doesn't bother me. So I allowed myself to eat brown rice. In the book, they tell you not to have any grains, but like I said, I was trying to figure out what was causing me to still have stomach issues, but I know that, rice doesn't bother me, so I allowed myself to have the rice. If you are gonna try and do this, I would suggest that you do follow the book, how it's laid out, because, one, they tell you you're really not supposed to, deviate from their plan, but two, it's just, if this is your first time trying to figure out what foods bother you, I would cut out the rice because you never know, it could be, something that is irritating your stomach. But, like I said, I had to get a list. I had to, really prepare for this because I knew there was going to be a lot of times where I might slip up, and they tell you you're really not allowed to cheat. You're not allowed to just take a bite or a sip. And so I wanted to make sure that I had enough food so that I wasn't tempted when I was hungry to just, go get something that wasn't part of the plan. like I said, it was hard in the beginning, but I got used to it, and after the first week and a half, I really started to feel better. I had more energy. The cravings for like the sugar and everything were gone. The hardest thing for me, I have to say, was probably the coffee in the morning. I love my coffee. But they give you suggestions on what to do if you really like coffee. Like I use coconut milk. And I bought flavored coffee from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has a really good pumpkin spice coffee. And I got used to it, and now I love it. It tastes great to me. I'm not, I don't miss the sugar. Let's see, what else can I say about it? Towards the end, I had more energy. My stomach was feeling better. I wasn't bloated. Like I said, the cravings weren't there. I didn't desire the sugar like I used to. It was easier to kind of say no to things. And then when the challenge was done, I slowly introduced those things, the soy, the dairy, and the sugar back in. And let me tell you, my stomach never felt worse. Even though I knew I was adding these things back into my diet, I was like, why do I feel this bad? Like, why does my stomach hurt so much? And then I put two and two together, like, it's probably the dairy, the soy, and the sugar. And you just don't really think about it because your body is so used to consuming these things that even though when you are eating them, you feel crappy, once you eliminate them and then add them back in, you feel 10 times worse because you see how bad some of these things can be for your body. So my overall summary of the Whole30 is I suggest if you're having issues with your stomach and you want to try and figure out what's going on and kind of restart your eating habits or get a jump start and feel better, I would do the Whole30. For me, I think I'm going to cut out dairy. I think I'm definitely going to try and limit my soy intake because soy, a lot of it is like genetically modified, and if you can't pronounce the ingredient, it's probably not good for you. So I'm probably going to eliminate the soy, the dairy, and I'm going to try and cut out sugar as much as possible. That's the hardest, but really sugar in any form, no matter what people tell you, is not good for your body at all. So I'm going to try to limit my sugar intake. I'm already gluten-free. I may, treat myself to something that has dairy once in a while, but really I want to feel better and I want to have more energy. And so, I think this was a good way for me to kind of get back on track with my eating and eating better. And I suggest that if you're contemplating doing something like this, or if you were trying to figure out a way, maybe you wanted to go to the doctor, I would start with this. It's really not that hard. Like I said, once you get past the first week and a half, it's easy, in my opinion. Maybe not for some other people, but you do feel kind of tired and crappy because in the first week, because your body is technically going through withdrawal from those things you normally eat. So you will be tired, and you may question, well, I thought I was supposed to feel better. You have to give your body time to adjust to your new eating habits. And you're cutting out all these things that your body was used to having before, so it takes a little while to adjust. But I feel great now. I'm happy that I did it. And, I really suggest that, maybe it was something you never knew about. And so hopefully now maybe you can look into it and research it more, and hopefully it'll help you. But that's it for my first video blog post. I hope this information was helpful, and I hope that you will come back to my blog to find some more video posts that I'm going to do in the future, and I hope that you'll enjoy them. And please be kind if you have any comments. Again, this is my first time videotaping myself, and so that's it. But I guess just tune back into my blog in the weeks to come. Again, it's www.theerinelizabeth.blogspot.com.